Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Power Rangers review for you today. This is Goldar from the upcoming Power Rangers movie, which comes out in just about 3 weeks. It's going to be 3 weeks from tomorrow since I'm recording this on March 2nd. And it comes out on March 24th. Very excited for the movie. Looks pretty cool. But I saw this kind of at Toy Fair. They just showed it off. I didn't even know it was out yet, but I found it today at Toys R Us, so I was pretty excited. You can see we have some more open style packaging, which kind of seems to be, you know, the running theme for the movie toys. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but to put this in a kind of giant box with a window or something like that probably would have been a little weird. Now, because it's in the open style packaging, they kind of invite you to try it out. So you can kind of, I'm trying to see how this works. I guess you kind of push these, or I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. It says "Try Me" on the front of the box down here, but then they put this piece of plastic. I guess you would have to take this out. I'm trying to see. Okay, so this piece literally just pops right out. I'm surprised that it was still in there. They must have just came off the truck or something. And then once you do that, you can see how it works, which of course we'll take a look at once we get out of the packaging, as it's kind of the main feature of this toy. But it shows here on the back just kind of how the swords and everything kind of flail, and it does come with a little Rita figure which fits inside, and then it advertises the other Zords that are already out. And you can see right in here, kind of underneath the arm, the Rita figure, which we'll take out of the packaging and take a closer look at. But yeah, so there's not really much to this packaging. I was kind of surprised it doesn't even say anywhere on the box how tall it is. I would think that would be a point to advertise. I'm going to guess it's about 1.5 feet tall, if I had to guess. I'll do some size comparisons with some other stuff in a little bit, but let's go ahead and get out of the packaging and take a closer look. Alright, so I'm just going to apologize now. It's going to be really hard to keep this guy on frame because he's just way too big. But kind of what you see is what you get. He doesn't really have a whole lot to him. Just taking a real quick scroll from top to bottom. The legs are solid. They do not move in any way. And if you turn them around, there's really quite a few screw holes that you see all up and down his legs. Really, his entire back is riddled with screw holes. If we take a look to pan this up here, you can see this is the two levers to move the arms. And then you have these wings. The wings are kind of on nice ratchets. You can kind of bend them as far back as you can. Obviously, the other one impedes the first one's process, but so, I mean, you have that whole range of motion, pretty much 180 degrees with like a good number of ratchets. So if you want him to kind of have his wings down and then have him like flip them out like he's going to take off or something like that, it's a decent amount of movement in the wings, which I appreciate. But ton of screw holes here in the back. Turn them around to take a look at the front. Here is the chest cavity, which opens up on these two hinges. Very basic inside. We'll zoom in a little bit. Not a whole lot going on there. You can put the little Rita inside that it comes with, and I'll take a closer look at her in a minute. But she doesn't peg in or anything. She just kind of sits there, and then you just kind of close these. Now, once she's in, she's not really in any danger of falling out, because the chest pieces do kind of, you know, peg in very nicely. But she'll kind of rattle around in there because she doesn't stick in or peg in any way. She's just inside the chest area. The head doesn't move at all. The head is just kind of what we've come to expect. Taking a look at the 5-inch figure, it's pretty much the same head design. Not a whole lot going on there. I would have liked a little bit of definition, maybe just some eyes or something, even if they weren't painted. Something, I don't know. It is what it is. But the main gimmick, of course, is pressing these to flail the hands for the attack action, which doesn't work fantastically well. I mean, that's not true. It does work for what it is. It just, I guess I should say, it doesn't impress me all that much. Now, you do have a bend in the elbow, which you can do on your own if you want, and you can move the arms yourself because it's just one solid piece of plastic, so it's not like it's spring-loaded or anything. These are just kind of on a 90-degree bend, and then the weapons are made of a real soft, malleable plastic. you can tell that gravity just over time is warping the sword. Now, I have to assume that these are soft plastic because when you're winging them about, if they would hit a small child in the face or something, they don't want it to be made of solid plastic because that's just the lawsuit waiting to happen. So I kind of understand the necessity for the really soft plastic. And I don't necessarily have a problem with it. It's just the fact that because of gravity, you know, these will bend and look weird. I mean, his sword does not look super impressive when it looks like a melted piece of cheese. I mean, like I said, I completely understand the necessity for it, but the toy does suffer a bit because just standing here, his weapons, due to gravity, will start to bend and look weird. It doesn't affect the kind of mace weapon as much, but it definitely affects the sword, in my opinion. So, I mean, that's kind of it. That's the only real features of the toy. Rita can fit in the chest. You have this arm flailing situation going on both, and you can click through the wings. So yeah, it's not fantastic. It's not terrible. It's very middle of the road, in my opinion. Yeah, it just kind of, it is what it is. But I want to take a quick, closer look at the Rita figure that it comes with. So taking a closer look here at the Rita, you can see she's got a kind of a weird angry face, real angry eyebrows there. But she does have her ponytail rocking. That is one solid piece that is stuck to the figure. That doesn't move at all or anything like that. But I think they did a nice job with the paint for the hair. I like the detail in her armor, or her suit, especially with kind of the shoulder pads here on the arms. I think they did a nice job there. Same articulation as the little figures that come with the Zords. Arms can move around, legs can kick, so that if she wanted to, she could make, you know, sit in a Zord or something in a sitting position. So, very tiny figure, but a decent amount of paint and detail. I think it looks pretty good. There we go. The face is a little weird, but she definitely looks angry. So I wanted to kind of show off Goldar in respect to the Megazord that comes in the 5 pieces. You can see he's definitely dinky when compared to him. I think he was made to be more in line with the interactive Megazord toy, which is a little bit shorter. You can see he kind of comes up to about the end of the yellow Zord, the kind of torso of the giant Megazord, as far as size goes. So I definitely think this guy is meant to interact more with the interactive Megazord toy. He does, however, kind of work perfectly with the Playmates legendary Voltron. So at the end of the day, this guy's not perfect, but he's not terrible. I could understand for small kids that definitely would think it's fun to kind of flail the arms back and forth, especially if they have the Megazord to kind of attack with Goldar. For collectors, I definitely don't think it's needed. It doesn't do a whole lot. There's really not a lot of detailing, or I guess I should say paint applications. There's a fair amount of detailing, but there's certainly not a lot of paint applications, if any. It's just one solid gold color that kind of really leaned into the name Goldar. It's okay. I mean, it was $29.99 at Toys R Us, which seems like a lot. I lucked out and they were having a sale this week with 20% off all Power Rangers stuff, and I also got 10% off for it being Thursday with like Toys R Us credit card. So I got it down to about $21. And for $20, I think it's decent. I mean, if you've got this on sale, or maybe later on they'll have like a 50% off sale or something, you could get it for like $15, then I think it's nice. As kind of a display piece, or to have it, especially if you have the interactive Megazord, which I think it definitely fits more with size-wise, you could get a nice display of the two of them battling each other, especially for collectors. I think that would be nice. I think kids are going to love it. It's a simple toy that you can't really break, so I think kids are definitely going to have a lot of fun with it. For collectors, I definitely don't think it's as necessary, but your mileage may vary. You could get some fun out of it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Goldar from the upcoming Power Rangers movie line, and thank you guys so much for watching.